Welcome, everyone, to episode one of the reboot of the China series. And if you're not aware, Eversim just did a major update, and the way they update their games, it doesn't transfer to the game that you're already playing. So you pretty much have to restart that country over again. Luckily, I only did one episode of the China series, so some things may be a repeat. So to start off, we're going to put agents in these countries that hate us. So Myanmar, Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, and Indonesia are going to be the main ones that I concentrate on, along with the United States. So, like I said, we're going to put international agents in those countries, and I'll determine how I'm going to deal with them. I do plan on seeing what will happen if I annex Taiwan. So I know in the other China episode that I did, I was talking about maybe the fall, but I'm just going to play it by ear and see what opportunities I have to deal with them. And I may do a few cyber attacks or so forth to try to weaken them and catch them off guard so I don't have as many casualties. And I really plan on strengthening my ties with Russia, Iran, Pakistan, let's see, Angola, Venezuela, and Cuba. And also Guinea. So there's going to be a number of countries that I'm going to try to target to build up better relations with, and also to fight against the West. And we all know what's going to happen February 24th. Russia is going to invade Ukraine. So I'm not going to get directly involved in that, but I will try to see if I can assist Russia to make it quicker for them to take over. And so China is number three as military power. So probably within the first 2 or 3 months of this series, I will overtake Russia as the number two military power. And also, as an economic power, it's going to take a little bit longer, but I plan on trying to overtake the US's dominance over the world as far as economic power. So we'll see how successful or unsuccessful I am. But so let's try to get our economy in order. And so to start off, I'm going to do a 2% tax cut for the middle class. So wealth tax, we're going to bump that up to about 4.1. Airline tax, we're going to cut that in half. Let's do 9.5. Company tax, we're going to bump that up to about 30%. Company turnover tax, we're going to increase that by 2%. Let's see what else. So financial transactions, this is going to be sort of harsh, but I'm going to do what I have to do. So we're going to do a 7% tax on that and a 1% tax on this. So plastics, we're going to do 0.2. And let's see, what else? So what was it? Okay, entering the country, we're going to do about $25 per person. And audio visual. Let's do about 5. All right, so next, actually, let's take a look at our debt. So we're basically 1.2 trillion, or if I just round it off, more like 1.3 trillion in the hole. So we're going to sit with some of these countries to lower the interest rate. So let's try to set that up now. Actually, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until all of these policies go into place with the taxes. So then we'll be bringing in more revenue and it'll be easier to negotiate then. Let's look at inflation. All right, so inflation isn't bad. What about growth? So it was 8% the last time. All right, so let's deal with some diplomacy. So we want to have better relations with Russia. So I'll do that.
Honestly, have you ever thought about our children's future?
I must confess to you that the current level of our budget deficit is not at all reassuring. It weakens our economy while continuously creating more debts, the interest on which we will have to pay.
Okay, so that should help better relations with Russia. Let's deal with the Secret Service. So we're going to let's bump international agents up to 400.
Do you think it's reasonable? Very well. What kind of offer do you wish to make us?
Let's see if I can get it down by 1%.
Interesting. We're nearly there. Go on. I'll make another proposal.
All right,
Right. This isn't going to get us very far. I would even say that we are making no progress as your offer doesn't change. Very well. We accept your offer.
All right. I could have gotten more had I waited, but I'll deal with that another time. All right, we're definitely not giving anything to Australia because they're hostile against us.
I must inform you that you can, at your leisure, consult a...
All right. So let's deal with this. Okay, let's put these guys under surveillance. Okay, let's infiltrate the Chinese mafia. Let's put these guys under surveillance. Uyghurs. Okay, so that's done. All right, so let's deal with this. All right, so I'm not concerned with Brazil. Canada's part of NATO, but they're not the major force of the threat, so not doing that. Egypt, we're not concerned with. France, part of NATO. Yeah, we'll keep people there. Same with Germany. India. Even though India and China don't really get along, but they're not one of the major countries that I'll be concentrating on. Definitely not Israel. Poland, nah, I'm not concerned with them. Saudi Arabia hates us too, but not going to deal with them starting out. All right, so let's see. Let's see, what do I... All right, so for starters, for... All right, why did it do that? All right, so for starters... All right, something's not right. Okay, no to Brazil, no to Egypt, Poland, Saudi Arabia, India, no to Israel, Canada. We'll wait with Germany. So let's do this and let's put about 50 in Taiwan. Cyber attack preparation, manipulation of social media, and political spying. Japan, let's put about 40. And industrial spying, political spying, cyber attack, social media. South Korea, political spying, cyber attacks, social media. Put about 30 there. Let's see. Indonesia. We'll put about 35. So, industrial sabotage, political spying. Okay. And, okay, so United States, we're going to put about 55, industrial spying, political spying. And the UK, let's see, do 30 in the UK, industrial spying, political spying, cyber attack, and social media. France. All right, so what happened here? All right, so let's do this. Let's do 15 in Indonesia. And France. Okay, so we're done with that aspect. Now to see who we want to put our top, where we want to put our top agent at. Let's just go with the United States. That's actually the biggest threat for us. All right, so next we want to improve diplomacy with a number of different countries. So we're going to start off with Russia. Angola. Let's try Argentina. Okay. Let's go with Cuba. And Iran. All right, let's take a look at what else. Laos. Okay, so all these countries accepted. So that's good for us. All right, lack of secondary school systems. All right, so we're going to
The decree takes effect.
going to do a lot of investing in education.
Our team is in place.
Let's deal with education now. It's a little bit high. And correspondent courses. So we'll do that. And then so agriculture and general education. How much is that going to cost? And technical training. We'll invest in that. And about 7.3 billion in literacy and teaching. So let's also go to free trade. So we're going to open up a free trade with Russia.
The decree takes effect as of today.
Your commitment to defending family values is a
Okay, I'm working on the
decree
deficit.
takes effect as of today.
I think you're doing a good job.
They don't like the
We have
wealth
obtained
tax.
some information on this terror suspect. I urge you to examine his file. But in the end, I will not always keep you informed of every new piece of information. It's up to you to regularly consult the file.
All right, so let's sit with Russia because we're going to need oil. We're also going to need oil from Iran. And Venezuela.
The decree takes effect as of today. The decree takes effect as of today.
Okay, bad figures for unemployment. So here's what we're going to do. And we're going to drop that down there. Let's do this. So that still gives us about 14.
The decree takes effect as of today.
Okay, so let's look at this. All right, our growth is about 5.7%. And let's go back to education. So secondary education, that was the issue. So let's do 200. Secondary education.
As we do at the end of every year, we have begun full-scale military exercises. In view of today's configurations of conflict, which are most often lightning wars on land, this time we are emphasizing tactical combat, especially the coordination of our squad units and area-based bombing from our destroyers. Our means of defense are also very powerful. We can rely on our anti-missile silos for territorial defense, and on our units with anti-aircraft missiles, batteries, carriers, and cruisers. And there you are. The Army is well prepared to confront any invasive threats or to make plans in international theaters of operation.
Okay, so let's increase our career soldiers. And our commandos. Let's increase missile production.
The decree takes effect as of today.
Okay, so here's our meeting with... Oh, no, it's not. Alright, so Russia agreed to free trade agreement.
We are awaiting your instructions to direct.
Okay, what are they protesting? Okay. Let's send the military in to deal with them.
The rebels have stopped fighting.
The decree takes effect as of today.
Your conservative management combined with growth prospects reflect a stability that gives us confidence in your solvency and in your leadership. We trust you.
Okay. All right.
We have subdued the rebel movement.
Huh. That's not to be turned down.
Okay, let's do a sales contract for oil. Alright, so how much did they produce? 527. So if we do... Let's try to bring this down. So we're 432. 474. 481. 490. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try again. Let's do 356. Let's do it even 200. Alright, so that was 356. So let's do 398. 409. Try 451. 460. Alright, that's coming down. Alright, so Russ is playing hardball here. Let's do 415. $43. Okay, got that. Let's see if we can do non-aggression. Do a non-aggression because I don't want to be forced to back them up in their war against Ukraine.
I hope you didn't make...
And so we'll end that meeting.
The decree takes effect as of today.
Well done. You have just signed your first contract. A note from my department will allow a rapid expert appraisal of this contract. It is attached to the contract.
All right. Let's go to industry. All right, so we want to start building aircraft carriers. So we're going to get that started. What's the other one? Anti-missile batteries. Gonna do that with state control. Biotechnology, we're gonna do that. Conventional submarines. All right, so I'm gonna hire 10,000 workers for that. Fighter planes. Another 10,000. And nuclear submarines. Let's go with 8,000 workers. All right, so that's going to end the first episode, and I will see you soon.